with Justin Herbert, I know that guys have thrown out not necessarily like a direct Marcus Mariota comparison, but they've said that he does some things, or maybe in some ways reminds him of Mariota. Do you see that at all? And just in general, what have you seen from Herbert's progression the last 2 games?
I think he's a highly competitive, highly productive guy that's really quiet. I think they're very similar that way. Certainly, their freshman years, just of how they present themselves, is remarkably similar. I think it's very unfair, obviously, to make that comparison on the field yet. And some of the things that Marcus, that's the nature of the media. I realize every week there's a player of the century, and that's what happens. But I think you also saw how much guys respect him and how guys rallied around him in these last couple of games. I think is telling.
Schooler, maybe not the player of the century this week, but does he win sort of an Ironman award? And can you just talk about the effort of the defense? It seemed like they got stronger, even though they, faced 118 plays.
Yeah, definitely improved a lot in the second half, and corrected kind of some of the easy completions, easy touchdowns, easy yardage that we kind of gave up. Just from a schematic standpoint, and he did a much better job communicating when they had some of the funky formations, with one exception. And so again, he's one of those guys that his best ball's ahead of him. Much like Justin, of just a experience. He just needs experience.
Kind of going along the lines of guys playing more, Apelu and Sims, and I think Gary Baker have played quite a bit the last 2 weeks. Have you seen out of those guys and maybe their development? And then do you anticipate them having a more involved role defensively?
Who's the other one?
Gary Baker, Apelu, and
Apelu. Yeah.
Apelu.
Yeah. Apelu, you'd get kicked off the island right there. Those guys, again, I think some of the things we did defensively allowed him to play faster, more freely, with more confidence. Same thing with Quan. They did some good things, again, missed some tackles, had some things certainly to shore up. And then our defensive line has been a weird mash unit, kind of in and out of games and availability and not. And so, Gary's a guy with a ton of potential, and we just need to see it.